Behind it was Sammy Baugh. I mean, he's the first quarterback inducted in the Hall of Fame. I mean, in 1963 with the Washington football team. So he's a legend. That's the original quarterback number in my opinion. So I want to wear out the original quarterback number.
But why are you so infatuated with Sammy Baugh? Besides that, who brought that to your attention?
I mean, it just kind of came through my family. My dad had always talked about it, and so I put it on when I was 7 years old and had never taken it off until high school.
So you plan to continue wearing 33 in the fall?
Yes, sir.
Devin, was it my imagination, or did you have get more ball speed coming out of your hand this spring than a year ago? Did I make that up? It just seems like you're throwing it more velocity.
A little more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I changed a few things mechanically this offseason with Coach Day and Coach Fitch and Coach Dennis. Changed a couple things with my feet, getting the ball up, having a quicker release. And so I think those things have really helped me to be able to even add to my arm strength.
Do you feel like it's different, or am I projecting that for you?
No, I mean, a couple people have said it. It's hard for me to tell sometimes. I'm more focused on the play, not really thinking about how hard I threw it or anything, but I can see that.
We get to see 30 minutes, so it's an ultimate small sample size.
Right.
There was one throw early on, it looked like you may have missed it. You were upset with yourself. Mm-hmm. Is that just you want every single rep out here to be perfect?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, everything's not going to be perfect at the end of the day, but, me and Kyle are competing. And, so you want every rep to matter. So every rep you want it to be the best rep, and that's why I just kind of got on myself a little bit. But it's just one rep. It was one throw. It wasn't like it was live or anything, so it really didn't matter at the end of the day.
Right.
How do you feel like you and Kyle are pushing each other?
It's good. I mean, I think me and Kyle are two of the best quarterbacks in the country. So I feel like when I'm at my best is when I'm at the best competition in the country. So going against Kyle every day really boosts my confidence and boosts my drive to try to get better every day. And I feel like I'm doing the same for him.
Have you said to yourself, this is what it's going to take to be the starting quarterback at Ohio State this year? I mean, what would encapsulate that for us?
Yeah, I mean, this is the best job in college football. Being the quarterback at Ohio State, there's really nothing better. This is the top job. I mean, you're the head of college football if you're the quarterback at Ohio State, so you really have to lock in. And my mindset is I want to do everything possible to take this over.
Yeah, and what does that mean? I mean, what do you mean? You got to be perfect? I mean, obviously you can't be perfect, but I mean, right. what are you telling yourself you have to show every day, I guess?
I think the team just has to believe in you. They got to feel your energy every day. They got to feel how you're playing. Obviously, you got to be moving the ball. And I think the biggest thing is being a leader and being able to get guys going. And when guys are down, you got to bring them back up. And I think the team will surround whoever has the most energy and whoever is the biggest leader.
Is there an element of this competition then that extends beyond the 2.5 hours you guys are practicing today? Is it how you guys are handling yourselves all day, all night with these guys?
No, I mean, in the workouts and stuff, you're trying to drive guys, but it's never like we're stepping on each other's toes or anything. We both want the best for each other. We want to get each other better at the end of the day. We're trying to help this team, but every guy's going to do whatever they think is necessary to win this job.
I guess do you feel like you're sort of evaluated on a 24-hour basis as to the influence you have?
For sure. I think we're definitely evaluated on everything you do, whether we're doing film by ourselves or out here and they see us on the field or something by ourselves doing extra work. But, I mean, we've been doing that since the last game against Georgia. We've been doing a ton of work together. Me and Kyle have been throwing it with each other. It's not like we're trying to separate each other and try to be apart from each other. No, we're teammates. We're trying to get each other better.
Obviously, Kyle has that extra year of experience. He's played in games. You haven't thrown a pass in a game. How do you kind of make up for that lack of experience?
I mean, I'm fortunate enough to get a lot of reps in practice, and I think our practices, we try to make them harder than games, so just got to keep repping in practice.
Is it inspiring to see what CJ was able to do as a second-year quarterback, what Justin was able to do as a second-year quarterback?
For sure, yeah. I mean, we go back and watch even Braxton and JT and Dwayne, all these guys. We watch back to everybody. Even when they were throwing before and when they're doing drills, all the same drill as us. You look back and you're like, all these guys are the same as us. They're in the same position as us. It didn't matter where they were on the depth chart. We're the best quarterback room in the country, and everybody can play.
With everything being evaluated, how difficult is it for you to be yourself versus what you think the coaches want to see from you?
I think I can't be thinking about what the coaches want to see from me. I think being myself is what's going to get me to the next level and being able to push this team. I feel like that's when I'm at my best, is when I'm myself and not worried about, I made a mistake here and there. No, I just got to keep playing and keep being myself.
Devin, how valuable was that time when CJ went to New York during the Peach Bowl prep? It's really just you and Kyle really starting that competition.
It was huge. I mean, got a lot of reps with the ones that first few days. I think it was 3 or 4 practices that CJ wasn't there, and it was good. It was just me and Kyle getting a ton of reps and being able to vocalize myself as a leader. Even as a young guys were kind of coming around me, and it was good to be able to voice myself.
Devin, could you, I apologize if this duplicates something, could you just maybe give like a 20 or second breakdown of who you think you are as a quarterback for someone who knows nothing about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm an athletic quarterback. Obviously, I'm not the greatest athlete. I'm not no Justin Fields, but I think I'm an in-between a Justin Fields and a CJ Stroud in terms of my play. I feel like I can extend plays with my feet, make guys miss, but also I have the arm strength to make pretty much every throw on the field. And I believe that with my whole heart. There's not a throw on the field that I cannot make.
And right now, how would you describe how you feel in the pocket, making reads, taking what's there, and then how you feel out of the pocket when maybe something breaks down and you've got to make a play?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of something we talk with the coaches too, like getting out of the pocket early on. Like last year, I was just kind of so wiry and so juiced up. I was getting out of space and just trying to get something quick, where now having a year of experience and being able to work against the one defense and the speed of the game is slowing a lot down. You know, my knowledge for the offense is slowed down. My knowledge of the defense is slowed down. So being able to see things and make quick decisions, but also knowing what's really going on has really helped.
When you talk about your ability to extend plays, did you grow up watching quarterbacks who did that and tried to emulate that? When did you kind of learn that that could be something that could be a part of your game?
Yeah, I mean, I think my earliest memory is watching Tate Martell in high school.
Whoa, that's a magic name here at Ohio State.
Yeah, obviously, no. But no, him at Bishop Gorman, I think I just like idolized him. I used to go to his camps when he was at Bishop Gorman just because of the way he played in high school, and I think that's kind of where it started. But even in my early years of high school, I wasn't ever scrambling around or anything like that. When it really took off when I moved to Utah, and I was in a more running offense, and I was able to use my legs a lot more. I kind of came to me. I really hadn't done that before.
Why do you think it didn't work for Tate here? Why didn't it work out for Tate Martell at Ohio State?
I have no idea. I was not here. I could not tell you.
But were you following that when he was here?
Not as much, no.
Okay. It was like a big thing when he was here, man. Sorry.
When you were at Utah, did your coaches like emphasize like this could be something you could do? Like how did they coach that in your game?
No, I think it just kind of came about. We had a quarterback runs in the offense, and I didn't have that in Arizona. We were all like under center and pro style stuff with Coach Jermaine. So when I got to Coach Care in Utah, it was more spread offense. A lot of throws. Really, we didn't hand the ball off that much. But when I had runs, it was good for me just to be able to find my athleticism and be able to make guys miss. But even since we were all like spread offense, I was able to, when guys weren't there, I was even able to make plays, and I think it just added on as the year went on.
Do you think it's important for
leadership? How do you balance that without having played a game, significant minutes in a game, and find your voice and get the guys to trust you before the season starts?
Yeah, I mean, it started in winter workouts. It started being able to lead guys in these workouts, in mat drills, being able to voice and get guys going when things got hard. I think that started early on for me, and so I think guys kind of know I have a voice now, and then stepping into this role as a quarterback, potentially being a starting quarterback, guys are kind of surrounding me more, and as the play keeps going on, they just want to see who's going to play the best, and once they see who can play the best and who's got the most confidence, and they'll kind of surround that guy, and that guy can keep them going.
How does it work where maybe you guys are both, how long did that take to happen, to gain that trust and find your voice?
Yeah, I mean, it took a long time because obviously CJ was here, so being a guy behind CJ, it's like it's CJ's team. You're really not trying to push your boundaries or anything. But you were talking about when he was gone in New York, I was able to kind of step into that role and just start building, and it just kept on building throughout the winter.
How does it work where maybe both of you guys are trying to establish yourselves as leaders at the same time? And competing, but trying to work together. What's that dynamic like?
I mean, we both know what the situation is. There's no hard feelings between us. We're both just. We've been very good about it. Like, we're not trying to separate each other from anything. We're like, if this guy's got it, he's got it. Go ahead, step in. Or like, even just getting extra work. Me and Kyle would just text each other like, hey, let's throw this day and let's get all the receivers together. We're not trying to like fight over receivers or anything like that. Fight over taking reps. Like, no, we just want each other to get better.
Devin, what has Tristan brought to you guys in Maroon?
Tristan's been great. I've known Tristan since I was a little kid. I used to go out to like the Steve Clarkson camps when he was out there, when he was just about to go to Nebraska. So it's kind of funny. We trained with the same quarterback coach out in Arizona, Rudy Carpenter. So I've kind of had that relationship for a while. And he's an older guy. He's got a lot of game experience. He's done a lot of things in college. I mean, this will be his 7th year, I believe. He's 24 years old. He's been to 3 different schools now, so he is able to kind of verbalize things to me and give me a lot of different opinions on things and kind of mentor me. It's been really good.
Did you guys talk at all before he came here when he was deciding where to go?
Yeah. No, yeah. He kind of came to me, or the real reason he kind of came here was probably because of how I kind of talked to him and got the coaches involved with him, really.
Is there a bigger physical adjustment between year 1 and 2 or a mental adjustment? Where do you think you are right now between last year and now?
Yeah, I think last year was the biggest thing was my physicality and getting size and speed. Now where I'm in like the 215 range, I got my size on me. I feel like I still have my speed. the biggest thing was mentally this offseason, really diving into the offense, diving into what defenses do. And I feel like now it's kind of becoming second nature, and so I can just come out and play.
What were you last year? Weight?
At the end of the season, I was like 208, 210 maybe. I think I got here at like 180, and then kind of throughout the season, I was still like in the 200 range and finished off at like 210.
Does 215 feel right to you? Do you want to get a little bigger, or is that?
Yeah, I feel like I can definitely add some size in my legs. I feel like there's still room to go, as long as it's the right weight and I'm not losing speed or anything.
How does that change you as a runner?
I think it just adds to it. I feel like obviously I need the size when I'm running the ball. I'm not going to be getting banged up as much or taking as many injuries like that. If I'm bigger, I can take those hits.
Are quarterback competitions fun, stressful? Like what's it like to be in one?
I mean, all of the above. Obviously, it's going to be a little stressful because we're trying to win the starting job at Ohio State, so there's a little bit of stress with that. But at the same time, like, what should I stress about? I'm in a great situation. I'm at the best school in the country. I'm on the best team in the country. And the chance that I have to be able to become a starting quarterback at Ohio State, like, there's nothing more I can ask for. And I just want to keep going, keep playing, and just try to get myself better.
Do you view this spring as like, this is my opportunity,
Yeah.
and if I don't win, I've got to explore my options?
No, not at all. I'm a Buckeye through and through, and I just want to keep going. Obviously, I would like to win the starting job, and I just want to keep doing everything I can to do that.
Has Coach Day said anything about a pecking order entering spring, Devin, as far as quarterback? You guys are equal and see how it plays out?
Yeah, everything's equal. I mean, every rep has been split. Kyle takes the ones, then I'll take the ones. It's just back and forth. Everything's equal.
When you think about what the quarterback position at Ohio State has been lately, especially since Ryan Day got here, Dwayne Haskins to Justin Fields to CJ to what you guys are doing now, how would you describe it? Like, what does quarterback play at Ohio State mean to you? What do you think it means to college football?
It's the best of the best. I mean, look how many first-round draft picks we've had at quarterback. Even guys that have left here that were third string. Joe Burrow, he was a third string here. He left and went on to be a national champion, Heisman winner, and almost won a Super Bowl. I mean, first-round draft pick, and he was here for 3 years or whatever it was. But, I mean, this quarterback room is always going to be elite. We always have the best coaches. This is the cream of the crop. You don't want to be anywhere else if you're a quarterback.
How are you doing comfortability-wise? Just like at Ohio State, as maybe just a student too.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. Only got one in-person class. Got a little math class in person. Everything else is kind of online. So not on campus too much, but it'll probably get a little harder as the season goes on, staying on campus.
And any change from last year, just feeling like you fit here and below?
Yeah, for sure. I felt like I fit in the first day I was here. Everybody's been so great to me. I mean, the players have been great to me, coaches, people. Like, there hasn't been any struggle at all with being here. I love it here.
We know it's a whole offense and it's an entire team, but specifically with the receiver group you guys have, and we know Julian and Emeka aren't going through everything this spring. What does it do for you and Kyle, knowing that when you get to the fall, you're going to be throwing to Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka and Julian and this group of receivers?
I'd say it takes a huge load off of us. I mean, knowing that we have guys like that can make plays for us, even when something goes wrong, we can always trust those guys. And we have a lot of trust in our receivers. We know they're going to make plays for us, so it makes it a lot easier on us too.
Devin, what kind of growth have you seen from the four receivers in your class as they go into their second year?
Oh, I mean, there's been a ton of growth. I think Caleb got hurt today, Caleb Burton. But those four guys have grown tremendously. Their weight, their strength in the weight room, even their attitude. Some guys came in and were kind of just like, oh, I'll take it easy this year. We got all these guys in front of me. But, I've kind of been staying on those guys and no, you got to go now. We got to keep grinding. And, if you're not going now, you're not going to be able to go when your time's up. So it's been a big curve for them, and they've been doing really good.
Do you think there's a sense of urgency kind of throughout your whole class of now that it's year two of its go time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they feel everybody around them. I mean, they know they got great players in front of them, and they got great players behind them, so they got to keep pushing themselves every day to be the best.
One last question for Devin, if anybody has one.
This has been, when Justin Fields was here, this came up with Ryan a lot of, Justin, I think, sometimes wants to hold the ball and make plays and, doesn't want to give up on something, and Ryan would say, hey, if it's not there, just throw it away. Yeah. What's the balance in your mind for any quarterback between I want to try to keep this play alive as long as I can versus, hey, maybe it's not going to happen, chuck it out of bounds and live to fight another day?
I mean, it really just depends on the play. The biggest thing they've been coaching is just get through our reads. We've been really good about learning these plays and schematically knowing when to get backside or when to find our checkdowns and when to make something happen. And we're trying to just make every decision as quick as possible. So that's been the biggest emphasis, is just get the ball out. If not, throw it away, get down, make a play happen. So they've just been hammering us with that.
Okay, cool.
Devin, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Was that Caleb Benz or anything big? Or
I have no idea. He said he heard something pop or something, but I'm not sure.